Hi, I'm Melissa Vance with the Wayne County Area Chamber of Commerce. Welcome to Chamber Chat. Today I will be visiting with some folks from Opti-Vise IT and talking about some really great upcoming events. And then we'll be headed over to Primex to tour their facility and talk about the great things that are happening there. Thanks for tuning in. Welcome back. Thanks again for tuning in to Chamber Chat, and I am excited to be with our first guests, Kelly and Kent from Opti-Vise IT. Thank you for being here.
Sure.
Thanks for having us.
Appreciate you all coming in, and we have just really enjoyed getting to know the people at your company and knowing a little more about your company over this past several months. And wanted to invite you back today just because we have some exciting things going on. Well, as you know, we have been doing Taste of Wayne County for a long time, and we have had that at the mall and invited lots of restaurants in to give samples of their food, and it's really become an event that people look forward to here in Wayne County every year. This year, we're expanding that to do something even more. So in October, we will be at the Tom Raper Center at the fairgrounds, and it's a huge facility. So we're going to divide that up and have Taste of Wayne County going on in part of that, and then have a business expo in the other part. And we just thought that would be a great way to kind of build the event, get more people involved, and we were excited to talk to you and for your involvement in stepping up being the lead sponsor of that event. So thank you very much.
Our pleasure.
Yeah, you're more than welcome. It was a very interesting opportunity for us, and we're excited to be part of it.
Now, you all have been doing or been a part of the Business Expo over in Preble County for some time. Tell us a little bit about that and what your experience has been with that event and how it might tie into what we're doing here.
Sure. The business expos that we've been involved in have just been a great way for us to connect to the community of businesses in Preble, and we are excited to support that same effort here in Wayne County. We are we work business to business, so we support business networks, and just to give the business community the opportunity to come together and not only reach out to their end user, whether it be the public or other businesses, it also gives businesses a great way to network with each other.
Absolutely. And you've been doing that for how long in Preble?
Well, in terms of Opti-Vise as a business, we've been in business for just a little over 10 years now. Back in February, we reached our 10th year as Opti-Vise.
Congratulations.
So that was very exciting for us. But we've been involved with the Business Expo there
Probably the whole 10 years.
Yeah, probably close to the whole 10 years.
That's great.
If we've taken a break, it might have been only for 1 year, but typically we have attended that event. So it's been a good event. It gives us an opportunity, as Kelly said, to interact with other businesses, have them get to know us and us get to know them. So it's worked out very well.
Now, for those of our viewers that haven't heard of Opti-Vise IT, maybe have never had an opportunity to meet you, tell us a little bit about your company, a little bit about what you do, and how your business has expanded in Wayne County over the last several years.
Well, we're a what's called a managed service provider. We provide business network support and management functions for business clients. It is a full support program that we can provide to our clients that involves everything from backup and disaster recovery, business continuity, internet threat security, management of devices on the network, monitoring capabilities, and then of course support labor and assistance with planning and what have you for their IT operations. So it is, as we've said, it's geared to business, for business, and we utilize a very robust tool set that allows us to go in and assist the clients in making their network very reliable. We really focus on reliability, but we really focus specifically on the backup and disaster recovery side, keeping your business running and keeping your business safe.
Sure. Not only, would you, obviously you would work with any size business, but a lot of the smaller businesses, they don't have the benefit of having an in-house IT person, somebody that specializes in the things that you just mentioned. So contracting with somebody who has that expertise to be able to come in and protect your company and then keep it going. And we've all had moments of, oh my gosh, we're shut down and what are we going to do? Chamber is not excluded in that. And it's nice to know that there's somebody on the other end of the phone that can either walk you through fixing a problem or do it remotely or show up at your door and help.
That's exactly right.
And so it's definitely a needed service, and I think more and more, the more technology focused our world has become, the more we've needed that extra assistance.
Yeah, what we have found is we work primarily with companies that do not have in-house IT staff or in-house IT expertise. That's where we play best. But however, we do have other companies that we work with that do have internal IT people that we work in conjunction with them to help support them and augment their capabilities.
Sure. Because many times, even if you do have an in-house IT staff, they either specialize in certain areas that they might need some assistance, or just the limited manpower, hard to do it all sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can bring a team of people to the company in terms of expertise. We have people who have a wide range of capabilities, and that allows us to really be able to give an assistance to the client that just one person might not be able to do for them.
Right. Well, that kind of leads us into the next thing I wanted to talk about with you. Following the Business Expo, which is on October 5th, which is a Thursday, starting at 5 o'clock, it will run the evening. But following that, on October 26th, you all are going to come once again and be a part of our business luncheons that we do for our chamber members and other people that want to come learn. It's not just limited to chamber members, although it's primarily chamber members. And we always want to bring a relevant topic to present and let people come in and learn how they can function better in their day-to-day business. And you're going to do one for us on ransomware.
Yeah, we're really excited about that opportunity. Something that is really a hot topic is ransomware. People are wanting to know how they can avoid it, how they can recover from it. That is, like Kent said, backup and disaster recovery is one of our kind of cornerstone services.
Yeah, it's a core service that we require for our clients.
Right, and so we're excited to also bring a rep from Datto, which is one of the leading backup and disaster recovery solution providers in the world. Really, Kyle sat on their advisory board for about 5 years.
Wow.
And so we have a great relationship with them, and we are excited to bring in a rep from Datto to help us present on really what they're seeing around the world as far as ransomware, how it's affecting business, and how we can protect our businesses from that threat.
Where is Datto out of? And
They're based in Connecticut.
Okay.
But they have offices. Oh, I know there's one in Australia, England. So they're really
Yeah, I forget all the places they have.
They are
They're
growing,
worldwide.
definitely worldwide.
yeah, yes.
So to have that expertise brought here to Richmond is a huge thing.
It's a big deal. It's really exciting. And we think it's going to be an hour that is definitely worth your time.
Well, I know when you all partnered with First Merchants back in the spring and came and talked about cybersecurity.
Right.
It totally left me for
Yeah.
a moment. That was one of the luncheons that we've had this year with the greatest feedback from those that attended, saying this was definitely relevant and applicable. And of course, I mean, all of the news lately for large, huge companies that have had issues with ransomware, cybersecurity, those kind of things. It just brings that a little closer to home and makes you think, if it can happen to them,
It can
it can happen to little old me.
Right.
Yes.
That back in the spring, the WannaCry attack hit, and that really brought it back to the forefront of everyone's mind that yes, this is a threat that I need to be concerned about. And even during the cybersecurity luncheon, we hit a lot of topics. Ransomware was one small piece, but it was one that people really wanted to dig into. So this will give us some time to really dig into what it is, how it's affecting business, not just from the technical standpoint, but the actual the business consequences. What's the financial loss
Right.
that can occur?
Looking at it from a productivity standpoint as well. Then a lot of businesses overlook that an attack such as that, if you are subjected to one, can mean huge productivity losses for the business. And so it's very important to understand what you can do to protect yourself from that, and that's some of the things also that we'll be talking about with the ransomware
Sure.
information that we bring. So
Sure.
it's a very relevant topic. It's a very current topic. A lot of companies are very concerned about it, want to know what their options are, and that is what we are going to be bringing with that time, is kind of not only telling you how what it is and what its effects are, but how you can plan and actually take steps to help protect yourself from it.
It might seem funny, really, but it's actually a pretty entertaining. It's a pretty entertaining topic, especially if you're covered from a backup and disaster recovery standpoint. You don't have to worry about being a victim. Just to hear what some of the methods are and all of the different versions of ransomware, it's really hilarious when you dig in, and terrifying because of how really these cyber attackers are very smart.
Absolutely. And it doesn't matter what industry you're in. We all have clients with information that we keep. Some it's a little higher, if you're dealing with Social Security numbers and things like that. Obviously, that's a little higher level, but none of us want our information being compromised in any way, let alone just your daily operation files and those kind of things. And technology is wonderful that we're able to access our information from anywhere, but that also means if we're not careful, other people can access our information from anywhere.
That's correct.
So I think this is going to be just a fantastic opportunity for people to come and learn more about what's going on, how to protect themselves. And one thing I really appreciate about working with you is, you come and you have an opportunity to meet people, and obviously everyone knows what you do. and has the opportunity to connect with you if they need to hire you, but you're not there just doing a sales pitch. You really are giving information where people can walk away and have a few things that they can, leave and say, I need to go back to the office and work on these. And we really appreciate that about you.
Good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So again, that's Thursday, October 26th from noon to 1 at the Innovation Center downtown. Perfect place to talk about technology because
Right.
that's one of the core things that they do there, and it's a great partnership that we have with the Innovation Center and the folks over just a couple blocks from our office. It makes it convenient as well. There's plenty of parking in the parking garage and around the area, so no one has to worry about how to get in and out and be able to access that. Register online. There will be links either on our site or through Eventbrite, and if you're interested in that, check out our site, wcareachamber.org, as well as how to find out more information on the Business Expo brought to you by Opti-Vise IT. Thank you again for being with us.
No problem.
We look forward to seeing you soon.
Yeah,
Thanks for
and
having
everyone else at the Business Expo.
We'll see you there.
Absolutely. Welcome back to Chamber Chat, and now we're in a whole new location, and we are excited to be at Primex Plastics right here in Richmond, Indiana, at their headquarters, and we're speaking with Gus, and Gus is going to tell us about the organization and a little bit about some special things that they're doing here, and just give you an opportunity to get to know a worldwide manufacturer right here in our backyard. So welcome to the show.
Well, thanks, Melissa. Just want to welcome you to Primex. And we certainly are proud of our organization. We've been in business now for 52 years. We have about 1,100 employees in total, with about 420 in the Richmond area at Primex Sheet Operations and about another 100 people at the Design and Fabrication operation. In addition to these locations, we have in the U.S. a total of 8 plants. 5 of them are in sheet operations, 2 are in color and compounding, and then design and fabrication. And then we have a plant in England near Manchester.
You mentioned a little bit about some of the various products that you produce, and most of that is a product that is shipped to another buyer who turns it into something more and then sold to the end user, right?
That's correct. We make products for a relatively diverse group of customers, anything from pallets to returnable containers, cup lids, you name it, the car top carriers that you might see on top of cars, we make the material for that. Most of our customers are thermoformers, and then they essentially mold those products into a variety of consumer, industrial, and automotive type products used throughout really the U.S. So there's a whole host of materials that we provide that have different characteristics that our customers need from a performance standpoint. So it's a big part of what we do to provide that service to our customers.
Now, you said you've been in business for 52 years. Mm-hmm. Tell us a little bit about how Primex got started and how did it end up in plastics?
Well, Dr. Farber, who's our owner based in New York, ICC Industries, started the business in 1965. He's a chemist and really a pioneer as far as the plastic industry is concerned. He really was instrumental in starting to use materials in a variety of applications, and started with 3 lines in New Jersey, and we've now grown to 125 lines. But he's really been the catalyst for the business and has certainly supported Primex throughout our 52 years.
I mean, getting into plastics at that time period, that's really when plastics was taking off and becoming more and more seen in the marketplace. And so, like you said, being a pioneer among that new product I mean, that's got to be an exciting thing just for Primex to look back in history.
Yeah, it is, and we've been fortunate over time to have a number of really talented people that have taken what he started and have grown it into a business that really serves a lot of customers with a lot of applications that 50 years ago you would have never thought plastic would have provided a product.
Right. One of the products that I just thought was so neat and seems to me cutting edge, although I'm obviously not in your world every day, but was the not the corrugated plastic, but the next level, and
The Bubble X product.
Yes, the Bubble X. And tell us a little bit about that, because that was just a really neat thing for me to see.
Well, we saw the product initially in Europe, where it started. We actually purchased the line in Italy for about $5 million and installed it in Richmond about a year ago. And it provides a lot of attributes that we don't currently have with what we call Corex, the fluted material. It provides considerable strength, versatility for both the print markets and the fabrication markets. So we see that opening up a number of opportunities for us to compete with some other products because we have the technology and a license to produce it exclusively in the U.S. right now.
Well, it was so durable and strong, but obviously light because it had the air in there. And do you foresee that becoming more of a product used in the future than maybe the full sheets?
I think it is a product that there's a lot of emphasis right now on lightweighting. Particularly in automotive applications and in transportation applications for improved fuel economy. So this product really provides an alternative to solid sheet, metal containers and things like that. And also one of the advantages with that plastic is it's recyclable, very easy. We essentially recycle all of our materials. In fact, it's part of our employees' gain sharing to be able to get all the material back into our products and use it again and again and again. In fact, we buy back our plastic from customers and reuse it. So
that's great. So tell our viewers a little bit about what kinds of end products are your materials turned into?
Things as thin as cup lids and cups that go on a Tim Hortons coffee cup, or the movie type cups that you see that are printed. Right. We also have thicker materials for pallets, those sorts of things. Flooring, we laminate carpet to plastic, and it's used in the interior of automotive. You see it in the floor mats and also inside the trunk. We also produce sound deadening materials as well to reduce noise. A large part of our business is in the print market. For signage in a variety of industries. Printers are a huge part of what we do as a company to supply that sort of material.
Well, I was really intrigued going into your lab. Tell the folks a little bit about what the lab does and how it helps you move into a new market.
Well, the John J. Farber Technology Center has really been a step forward for us in the last 5 years when we put it in place. Previous to that, we had a lab, but it really wasn't the sort of tool that we thought that we needed, not only to train employees, but also help our customers develop products for their end uses. So the lab has really been a magnet for a lot of new business for us, training employees about our business, and it's really proven to be a great selling point and an educational tool for the business.
So if you have a product that you want to do some R&D on, you'll do it in that area typically?
We've developed the technology in the lab that really replicates what we see out in the production floor. It allows us to do that in a controlled environment, not disrupt production, but also but really provide the full capability of what our customers need, not only from an extrusion standpoint, but also a thermoformer there so that we can really use their tool and replicate what they want to see with their products before we have to introduce it to the production floor.
Sure. Well, one thing I want to compliment you on was just as I walked through everyone on the floor, just everywhere we went, they were so kind and just friendly and welcoming, and I'm sure that's built into your culture here. But it was just a really neat thing to see. And I know Primex, just like everyone else in Wayne County, is always looking for people that want to come work hard and show up every day with a good attitude. And if somebody's interested in learning more about Primex and if there might be opportunities for them here, what would they do?
Okay. Well, I think, I would just say that the culture of Primex is really about our people, and a lot of people say that. I think we demonstrate that through our actions. I like to say that people are really the only asset that can appreciate and value. Everything else that you buy depreciates over time. And I think that's really been the key to our success in this business. We have a lot of people that are long in tenure here that have did great things for the company. In terms of our culture, I think one of the things that has helped us is that we have a strong belief in promoting from within, developing people for their next role in the organization. We'd really like all of our employees to consider this not just a job, but potentially a career. And if they're willing to put in the effort from an educational standpoint and learn and grow in our business, they're going to be successful. In terms of how you make contact with Primex, we would prefer for you to make contact directly with our Human Resources group. Sure. Come to our location, fill out an application. We certainly appreciate networking with people inside our organization to come inside, check us out. Sure. And typically a lot of our careers start in manufacturing, but we have a host of people that are in the corporate offices that started on the production floor, including our president, Mike Kramer. Mm-hmm. And Mike's been with us for over 40 years. Right. And has been instrumental in growing the business over a period of time. So it's, and that's very much a part of the culture that he wants us to have and encourage with all of our employees and with people that may be our employees in the future. Sure.
Well, thank you again for allowing us to come in, to invade your space, take a tour, get some footage, and then, of course, to have some of your time to speak with you and learn more about Primex. And I think it's really interesting for our viewers. So thank you, and we'll look forward to seeing you again soon.
All right. Thank you, Melissa. Pleasure.